Alright, I'm gonna talk about Marvel and DC between 2000 and uh 2015, not including movies that come out in December of 2015, 2015, so the last 15 years of DC and Marvel. I'm going to include live action TV series, none of that animated stuff, and no fan made movies or animated TV series. But before we get started, I will recommend some animated movies and TV series. Batman Under the Red Hood, the great animated film about Jason Todd, the second Robin, and what happens after the Joker supposedly killed him. Well, he does die, but just watch it. The Justice League, came out in 2001. It's on Netflix. I think the first season is, at least. Great show. I watched it as a kid. You should definitely watch it. The Spectacular Spider-Man, the animated TV show, that came out around 2008, 2009. It only lasted 2 seasons, but it was a good goddamn TV show. So I definitely recommend that. Alright. Oh, and Batman the Animated Series also. Alright, so let's get started. Oh, and Avengers Assemble. Wait, I think that's the good Avengers one. The good one. Yeah. Alright, let's get started. So, let's get started. 2001. 2000, actually. X-Men. X-Men 1. The very first one. It's 104 minutes, so that's what, an hour and 20 minutes. That's surprisingly short. It's surprisingly short. It's about, they pretty much just told the origins of X-Men. I don't really remember this film. I know it was good. And yeah, Hugh Jackman was good in it. Patrick Stewart, whatever, the guy that did Xavier. Yeah, Patrick Stewart did really good. Ian McKellen, I forget who he did. I think he did Cyclops. I don't know. But it's good. I'd recommend it. It's great. I wouldn't say great. I'd say good. Alright, 2001, Smallville, the TV series. This lasted 10 years. 10 freaking years. 10 seasons. 1 season a year. This show is great. My dad saw it. My mom saw part of it. My brother watched the whole thing. I've watched the whole thing. My dad is a huge Superman fan. He was the one who introduced me to this series. This series, I have nothing to say. It's great. It wouldn't have started all these movies. Freaking Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman, Ghost Rider. It wouldn't have done, if this show wasn't around at all, none of these movies would be out, or current TV shows like Flash. It's amazing. It tells the story of how small boy Clark Kent go through this cycle, finding out his Kryptonian side, finding out his powers, meeting other heroes, fighting other villains. Hell, he even works with the freaking Justice Society of America. And then Green Arrow is he's the one that creates the Justice League with Green Arrow, Superman, or Smallville, or Clark, or the Blur. I'll probably just call him Superman. So Green Arrow, Superman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Impulse. If you don't know who Impulse is, he is the fourth Flash. He is Bart Allen, who went from being Impulse, the second Kid Flash, to the fourth Flash. And yeah, he's in it. He does a pretty good job. Every season in this show is really good, except for the fourth season. The only good episode in the fourth season was the one with the first appearance of Bart Allen, which is the Flash or Impulse or whatever. That's really good. It stars Tom Welling and Erica Durance as Lois Lane. Tom Welling as Clark Kent as Superman, and Erica Durance as Lois Lane, and Justin Hartley as Green Arrow, who does a goddamn well job at it as him. His costume looks amazing. Alright, I think I said enough about that show. Alright, 2002, Spider-Man directed by Sam Raimi. Stars Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker / Spider-Man, Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane, Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin, and James Franco as Harry Osborn. It's about they told the story about Peter getting bit by the spider and gain spider-like abilities that he eventually must use to fight villains as a superhero after tragedy befalls of his family, which is the death of his uncle. And they pretty much portrayed everything that you needed to know about Spider-Man. They did a pretty good job telling the origin story in this movie. He goes to the wrestling match. He doesn't stop the guy that would kill his uncle about like an hour into the future, some crap like that. I don't know. It really portrayed the origin story really good. This is my favorite Spider-Man film. Although I do know it's not the best. But yeah. Alright, X2, 2003. Which is I don't remember anything about this movie. I just know that Rogue was in it. Rogue. The X-Men band together to find a mutant assassin who has made an attempt on the president's life while the Mutant Academy is attacked by military forces. Directed by Bryan Singer, stars Patrick Stewart as Xavier, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Hale Berry, I have no idea who that is, and Ian McKellen, I still don't know who that is. I'm assuming either Iceman or Cyclops or I don't know. I don't remember much about this movie. I just remember that it was the best out of the three. And yeah. All right, 2004, we got Spider-Man 2, which is the greatest Spider-Man film ever created. Ever. Directed by Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire, stars Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, and James Franco as Harry Osborn. Peter is beset with troubles in his falling personal life as he battles a brilliant scientist named Dr. Otto Octavius. I remember this entire film. It's a great film. Uh I have no words. I know that I think the best scene in the entire movie, which is the claim to be the best scene out of all three movies, is the train scene, which is where he's on the train fighting Doc Ock, and Doc Ock like grabs people and just throws them in the air and stuff like that, like the asshole that he is. It's a great movie. I mean, uh, yeah, it's a good movie it's because All right, I'll explain this a little bit later. All right, now let's get into what I call the Dark Ages. So after 2004, between 2005 and 2007, this was where movies started going to shit. Except for this movie that I'm about to talk about right now. Actually, hold on. Let me look at the date. All right. No, I'm trying to do these in numerical order by the release dates. So, 2005 on what was that, July 8th or 2nd or something? I don't know. I don't care. The fan for Frastic, starring Owen Gruffudd, Michael Chilix, Chris Evans, and Jessica Alba. God, this film is horrible. I do not recommend it. It's horrifying to watch. I think even I think they even made a film back in the 80s or early 90s or something. Like, if you knew that one was bad, then why try to freaking... I'm not even gonna say anymore. This film sucks. It's not good. I'm surprised it even has a 4.37 rating. I'm surprised it even has a 5 rating. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh wait, no, this is... I already talked about this. Spider-Man 2, I recommend. Alright, before we enter more into the Dark Ages, these are the films that I recommend. Spider-Man, X2, Spider-Man 2, and Smallville. So, yeah. Look for part 2 of this stuff.